As you can see, the wood is wet. It's not an excuse, it's just a fact. The wood is soaking wet. Straight enough. Right, so welcome back troops, and the situation is it's Friday, and Friday is a good opportunity for testing your fire lighting skills. That's why we call it Fire It Up Friday, although some people of course do it on a Saturday, but I happen to be off this Friday, so it's dinner time, so it's a good opportunity to come out, test some fire lighting skills and do my dinner. My dinner will be, in this case, pancakes. Not much sun, not much chance of using lens. I've got my fire kit here. It's got various methods of fire starting, some very bushcrafty and others not so bushcrafty for when you just want a fire going. And there are some established and respected bushcrafters who have pointed out that when you really need a fire going, you need the kit in there to get one going. So I've got that, but I've also got other methods which are more difficult and bring you a bit closer to how our ancestors used to do it. I say a bit closer to how our ancestors used to do it, but nobody was around in the Stone Age, but we have found from Otzi, the Iceman, from the sort of towards the end of the Stone Age, start of the Copper Age, or he had on him some amadou and some, I believe he had some fool's gold, some iron pyrites, so he was obviously using flint and iron pyrites to get his amadou going, and from there to get his bird's nest going. So we're not going to make things that difficult. We're going to try two methods here, well, one if it works, but I'm not terribly hopeful, so I have got backup methods. I'm starting to get warm because I've put my warm coat on. What I want to use is my homemade fire piston, which is just a sealed cylinder, copper tube, piece of copper water piping actually, and a fairly tight fit in it is a piece of dowel with a seal on the end of it. And all I'm going to do here is take a piece of char cloth. Will you get out of it? Get out of it. Just a very small piece of char cloth. I'm going to stick it into a little recess I've bored out in the end of this tube. Whether you can see that little recess in there. Poke that bit of char cloth in. I might have got too much off here. And then we're going to just ram this piston down into the cylinder, and that'll heat up the air that's trapped in the cylinder and hopefully ignite the char cloth in the same way that the compression stroke ignites the diesel in a diesel engine. Right, so one thing you have to be ready for in your bushcraft scenarios is your preparation, in case it does actually come to spark. So I'm just in the bird's nest, I'm going to put a good helping of char cloth in there, and then we're going to piston in, and then with some enthusiasm It's a quick stroke down, pull it out. And it may take a couple of goes. Okay, we did get it ignited there, but because I've put too much or quite a bit of Vaseline as a lubricant in the bottom there, we ended up killing it. So this is normal, it takes a few goes to get it to work. If I'd have been a bit quicker with the end of my knife, I might have saved that spark. And so this is why you've got to keep practicing things. Whoa. Dampness, of course, is our enemy. And it's not a particularly dry day. In fact, it was raining this morning. But these are the things, this is reality. When it's not excuses, it's reality. When you need to start a fire, the conditions will be the worst that could be. Okay, so there we've got a good Tinder bundle going, but the tricky bit is now is getting this going, which is why I've used some of my fatwood supplies. So once we've got a flame going, we can get something more substantial going. Or we may have to start all over again. Right, one of the key ingredients to a fire is air, so I don't want to shove all the grass down in there and block the air supply. But okay, so we've shown that we can get the fire going with the fire piston. So my back up to the fire piston, and we've demonstrated that that works, I think. But my back up to the fire piston was another fairly unusual method, which is the fire roll. And in my fire kit I've got will you get off sharp knives? Get out. I've got some cotton buds here, just normal 100% cotton buds used for medical purposes, and you'll find they unroll like that. And I've also got in here some wood ash, just normal wood ash. I've shown this before. I'll bring you in closer. Will you get your snot off it? Get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it. So I've got in here just some normal wood ash. And we're just going to sprinkle that in here. And I'm not sure how this works, and to be honest, I have shown it before on a video, and the first time I heard about it I thought it was a bit of a wind up, but I've done it before, so I know it isn't a wind up. And we put that away and we close it up. Now what we want to do is roll this up tight. Roll it up tight. Just roll it up. Just roll it up. If you haven't got wood ash, people have used other things. They've used charcoal, they've used rust, they've used coffee, so there's probably all number of things you can use. So I've just rolled that up reasonably tight. Right, I haven't got a Tinder Bundle now, which is, I could go and get one, go and make one, but I'm just going to rely on what I've got here. And I'm just going to use that as my Tinder Bundle, with maybe a bit more char cloth in it. So once you get your fire going, one of your first priorities would be to make more char cloth. I'm not showing you what I'm doing here, am I? So I've just put my bird's nest in the top here with some char cloth in it. It's just somewhere for the fire to start, if we get it started. Now, all I'm going to do is, I've got one board, a piece of wood. Let's put this out of the way. Put that in there. I try and keep your knife where in its scabbard, where you know where it is. Now what I'm going to do is, I want that to roll up tight. Roll it up tight. I'm going to take my jacket off because it's getting in the way. And we're going to do a bit of exercise, so we'll get warm. When you're sitting about, you need a jacket on. So all I'm going to do is on this flat board, I'm just going to use another flat board to roll it. That's too slippy. That's too slippy. It won't roll it, it just slips. So I've got another bit of wood here. That's it. So I'm just tightening it up. I'm using my left hand and I'm right-handed because of the way the camera is. So I'm going to have to move the camera angle so I can use my right hand, because I'll have more control doing it this way around. Right, so it's a damp day, it's a cold day, so we'll see how it goes. But we're rolling it up tighter and tighter, and then we're going to really roll it. Pressure and speed. And then, it's hot. Open it up to let the air in. No, we're not there yet. It was hot though, I burnt my finger on that. Now, get your nose out of it. Get out of it. Come out of it. Can you see it? You probably can't see it smoking. It is smoking quite a lot now. You'll be able to see that now, I think. So that's just with friction, and that is one of the strangest things. I've shown it before, but anyway, we're going to see if we can get breakfast, dinner on the go now with it using this. So I've dropped it into what was left of the bird's nest. I've got my little bits of fat wood. When we do get a flame, I'm just going to cut a few up, a few slivers. Make feather sticks of fat wood feather sticks. Right, if we get a flame, we should get them fat wood feather sticks going. If all else fails, an elastic band. Right, we can think about, well, almost think about dinner now. Right, so for my dinner what I'm having is what I believe is standard British pancakes, and what I've got is 150 grams of plain flour. I think that's about 5.5 ounces, I'm not sure. And then twice as much in weight in milk. I'll pour that in. And I really wanted 2 small eggs, but these are probably 2 medium eggs, so I'll put the eggs in. There's a little tiny bit of shell gone in there, very tiny bit. Got it. Put a pinch of salt in the flour, so there's a little tiny bit of salt in there as well. Really you want to whisk this up, but I just use this. Break them egg yolks up, get all that flour mixed in, and it will go quite runny. Be quite a runny mix. My version's going to be a little bit lumpy because of the way I'm doing it. You're better off putting it in a bowl or a pan and whisking it, but out here I've just got this as my bowl. Get out of it. And this is a once you've made the mixture, and you could make the mixture beforehand, and if you're going out hiking, just take the mixture with you. I'm burning up all my fat wood here, because if I don't keep the fire stocked up with fat wood, this is soaking wet, and this is the last time I'll use this. But the reason I haven't just chopped it up previously is because the tree has grown around some barbed wire. So there's wire embedded in it. The good thing about pancakes is you can eat them either on their own or virtually with anything, from ice cream to peanut butter. You would put custard on them if you wanted to. You could put custard on them or gravy on them. Use them as a starter, a main course, or a dessert. Very versatile. Right, that's quite lumpy, but I can live with that. Oh, the other ingredient is some butter. I'll have to use oil because I don't know whether we've got any butter. I'll have to have a look. We've certainly got some lard. I might just use lard. Right, all I'm having with my pancake is this orange. So I'll squeeze this orange juice, some orange juice on it. I'll probably have 2. Non-stick. Can't beat cast iron. The only trouble is it's a bit heavy. I'd like one of those big cast iron pots, them Dutch ovens. Right, it's almost ready for flipping. I won't be flipping it in the pan, I'll be just using the spatula to do that. Come out of it. Get down. Go on out. Not much juice in this orange. This won't do your carbon steel knife much good. This is stainless. Is it? Yeah, stainless, this one. Doesn't do your cuts much good either. If you've got little cuts in your skin. So, this was my Fire It Up Friday with pancakes, and as a bushcrafty type stove, I don't think it can beat some form of Swedish fire torch or rocket stove. And I did incorporate fat wood into my Fire It Up Friday. I haven't got much left now, but I have got some I can salvage. Where is it? From my pallet. Small amount I can salvage from this pallet before I have to go and look for some more. We started off with the fire piston, which did work. We just let the fire go out. we weren't properly prepared, and then we finished with we actually got it going with the cotton buds and the fire roll, with just some wood ash out of the wood burner. So second one ready, I think. Almost ready. Could do with a bit more heat. Turn up the heat a bit. Right, we'll leave it at that then. It was just a quick come out and use your fire lighting kit. I've got a lot more methods in here, flint and steel. I've actually got a little bottle of paraffin as well. I've got a lighter in here, I've got matches in here. But it is important to practice, and if you just remember Fire It Up Fridays, it doesn't have to be a Friday, does it? I'm not always off on a Friday.